Welcome to the Rocket League Splash Series here on the Sportiest Stream. The Cyclone Cup returns for its second season. The best teams in the league fighting for the best spots that there are. Egoist, Redwater, some new sides, but that same prize at the end of the season to be the RLSS champions, the top team of it all. That is what we are looking at here, as again Egoist taking on Redwater here tonight in our first match. Later on tonight we'll see actually another team that's playing in the RLSS Cyclone Cup in Midwest Mafia Black, but they take on Degree Esports Black in the Masters Series of the Black Lion Championship Series. And after that, only an hour after that, we'll have Evo after Golden Esports Oblivion in the Tsunami Cup. So this is a high ranked day. You're going to be seeing a lot of players. At least GC3 is the minimum that we're seeing out of the players here tonight, but as majority are SSL, including this matchup here. Egoist taking on Redwater, and one major thing to talk about this, Egoist, a super high ranked team, considered a team that could actually potentially battle with Pirates on a bot, who have returned this season, take down that crown again. They're still the #1 seed, even with them winning last season, even with so many teams knowing who they are. Egoist wants to take them down, but first week they've got to go against Redwater, a very tough opponent, to say the very least. And one of the players on this roster that really does interest me is Ardynx. That's a player I recognize, and exceptionally high-ranked SSL. He's in a good amount of the weeklies, if I remember. All-around really good player, but added on pretty late. He is their sub, so and if you know who Ardynx is, you'll know the rest of his roster, who again has him as that sub, has him as that last one back. Definitely tell you something, especially against Egoist. For Egoist, really, again, coming in this season, hailed as one of the top teams, but really to prove what they're made of, what they can do. Winning wins really does matter here, and it matters a whole lot to these teams. Not only their confidence, a lot of other things. Composure. There's a lot that matters to this. The Cyclone Cup. There's very few that play at this league this season. Only 8 teams in total. Very small number. Not much more than what we had last season. Yet, if you remember, last season it was one of those where it's so tough because there's usually a pretty good amount of a difference. Upsets aren't always going to happen. And so coming in these first couple of weeks really do usually lay the foundations the rest of the season. As I mentioned again, we'll have another team from this league, Midwest Mafia Black, who coming into play as well. And even I mentioned as well, one other player that we should focus on is Javi of Egoist. And we got Av and Temp, who are both very good players in their own right, but Javi's a player we've seen before. He was on the Rick Rollers for the last 2 seasons, actually the last 3 seasons, even playing in Season 3, I believe, but the last 2 seasons playing on the Rick Rollers. Season 5, they made it to the top 4, only losing to the eventual winners in Pirates on a bot. And in Season 4, they made it to the quarterfinals in what was the Tsunami Cup at that time. Javi's been a consistent team leader and a consistent stats leader, even on the Rick Rollers, who struggled historically in that Cyclone Cup during the regular season. Now he's on a team that is much more up to his level, much more of a equal skill footing. We know how good he is. The Egoist side has to prove what their worth is, and again, with only those 3 players in Av, Javi, and Temp, they're going to have a lot of pressure on them to perform well. They come in as one of those high seeds, have to prove it here as being a relatively new side. What I find so interesting about this is that some of the top teams in this Cyclone division are actually not on an org. Pirates and a bot are not on an org. Redwater's not on an org. Egoist isn't on an org. Again, there's a good amount of teams that aren't on orgs for this one, but and we'll get to see them battle here. Very, very tough matchup here. But on the other side, though, they have come into this season. They're not expected to be, and there's a lot of expectations on them to be a middling team. We'll see how well they do here tonight, though. Again, really, you can't put expectations on teams until you see how they play. And with these rosters being relatively new, that's going to be a huge question for how they'll play tonight, as Egoist taking on Redwater. Not to be confused with Egoists, which is a different team that we had on the stream. That was a GC1 team a long time ago. I think that was back in Skyward series, I want to say, was where we saw the Egoists. Yeah, a hectic amount of team names. Again, this is a pretty early match, but again, we'll be live later tonight with 2 more matches, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, our start times, for 2 more series tonight. It's another packed day. It's only going to get more packed tomorrow, as we have 4 matches on this stream confirmed, and maybe even more. And then even after that, we have a guarantee of 2 Sunday, and Saturday I'll be off actually on a different stream for a tournament, so it's a very busy week here for the stream. That's what happens when Black Lion and RLSS run at the same time. Both these leagues are probably the leagues that book me the most, which shout out to them. Great leagues, I love them very much. Yeah, we're going to come into this match only about a minute away here as Egoist jumped in about 3 minutes ago. This team joined early. They wanted to get into this lobby. An exciting proposition if they're coming in this early, obviously telling us that they're confident in this matchup against Redwater. Talking with Av, specifically with the Egoist. He knows that they're one of the high seeds coming into this match. But he also knows that that Pirates on a Putt match that they do have actually next week is going to be quite a difficult one. He did mention, though, that we should be prepared for a sweep tonight. So he's coming in with confidence. I do love that from Av. He's coming in very, very confident. Say that's a bad thing here with him. Egoist are coming in as the team that's much more highly predicted to win this one. Redwater wait on their players to join on in and to get this match underway. All matches today are best of 5. We'll be seeing any best of 7s for a while here, as depending on the other side, Kona, Arkstrand, and Ardinks. Ardinks is coming into play, so I know they mentioned Fieri was also a possibility tonight. Ardinks coming in was literally added about 15 minutes ago. They actually forgot to add him to the roster. He's been on the roster for a while. He just hasn't been added to our LSS, but he has tonight here for their first match, their week 1 battle here against the Egoist. As this stream gets to have some pretty good gameplay. Egoist versus Redwater. A best of 5. The battle begins in the Cyclone Cup. It's a long run. You got to play every single team. It's unlike most other divisions in this RLSS season, and that you have to play everybody else, with there only being 8 teams. So this is their one and only time to meet each other here in week 1. Egoist, considered the team that could most likely take down Pirates on a Bot, give them their first ever RLSS loss, but here in week 1, that's not their opponent. Their opponent is Redwater, one of the very few sides that don't have an org. Redwater, pressure on them to see if they can shut this team down, and Ardinks already with 1. And I mentioned coming in, he was listed as a sub, but again, with it being a late addition, you know how good this guy is. I've seen him so many times before in so many weeklies. He's one of those bubble players that if you get to be active enough from the weekly scene, you'll see him enough times. As Redwater with the first strike, but Egoist quickly looking to get more as Javi off the back wall, temp jumping early, but Ardinks will clear it away. And one of the fun things about the Cyclone Cup overall is that it's not a very fast-paced league. Overall, you don't generally see teams pick up the pace very often as you do see in the Tsunami Cup or in the Surge Cup. A lot more of it is just based off consistency, based off your character, and based off what you can do when you have the ball. May not need to be the fastest on the field to win, but you gotta be the one that is the most consistent and can do the most with it. As Javi, good shot off the crossbar. Redwater will be saved there with that shot, as then Javi coming in as a lifelong player of the RLSS league. But it will be Temp who will tie things up for Egoist, as Av's touch gets over Axtron and Ardinks a bit too slow. Egoist will tie it at 1. And they're going to bring the pressure now on Redwater as this series will progress. Av. The back wall. Still looking as Av in the midfield. Ardinks will stop, but Temp keeping the pressure on. Javi jumping in, but Av also called for that touch, so a double commit from Egoist. It will only serve to slow them down temporarily. Right back into the offense is Ardinks' touch. A bit light, but it does go to Kona there, and Temp was waiting on the goal line for that one. And Egoist to get that ball away. Temp. Ardinks continuously being a pain in the side of Egoist, and again, Egoist weren't even prepared for this. They didn't know that Ardinks was on this roster. Again, he just got added. Yeah, he's going to be a real issue for Egoist to deal with here, as again, consistently playing upfield, playing in the face of Egoist. Feels like Kona and Axtron really working behind Ardynx's playstyle. Even then, reminder, they still have Fieri right behind them who can also be substituted into this roster. Redwater has weapons on this field, and Egoist again gonna have a tough time battling against them and trying to beat them down. Redwater showing us that they aren't gonna back down for the challenge, and Ardynx specifically will continue to play upfield. Haven't seen too much in the forms of aggression here. Redwater feels like a lot of it is just waiting for their chances, as Ardynx almost got one there. Kona, 30 boost, can't get the challenge past Av. And Axtron will go back to defense. Redwater still with possession of the ball, but Egoist looking to shut them down, and maybe that demo will do it. Av got rid of Axtron. Av now with the shot, but light, no power on it. Redwater go the other way as Dinks does find Kona in support, and Kona doing well to get that in the midfield. A lot of passes from Redwater. A lot of teamwork. It's a good sign for teams at this level if they have that teamwork, because you know these teams have the mechanics to do it. Everybody at this level has the mechanics to do it. But every team has, though, and what most of the top teams have is the consistency, the level that they're going to do, the ability to pick up that pace, and the ability to find each other. Pirates on the Bot, we knew that last season they had the mechanics, but what really set them apart was not only their individual skill, but the ability for them to use each other. That's why even now they're still one of the top teams here, even as their roster has not undergone any major changes. As Egoist sending it to the back wall. Temp. Dinks will keep this to the back corner. Temp waiting on it. Still a tied at 1 as neither side backing done, but Redwater has done better to keep this ball upfield. Egoist really struggling, a lot of heavy touches and a lot of clears. A good sign for the Egoist squad when just not able to find each other so easily as Temp. Up is Av, great touch though, and it is wide open. Javi will put it in, and a fast break for Egoist will take the lead by 1. Temp, Javi. And it's Egoist with a 1-goal lead. Eventually, you knew it would happen. You knew they'd be able to break up. The question was just when they would be able to do it. And if they would find success, because, again, Redwater has done so well at holding that midfield. The Egoist back line holds on strong. And it really is a counterattack heavy playstyle as they'll go for another one. Javi dunked by Axtron, and it will be off the back wall there. Harmlessly, though, as Egoist will be there first. And we'll go again with Temp. Axtron. Waiting for it to come to him. Redwater again holding the offense. Maybe one more chance can be in their way. Egoist stuck in that back corner there. That's going to be awkward. Axtron's got the second touch. 5 seconds remain. And Redwater roars back to life. Off the ground and into the net. It's Axtron all the way. And in the chaos of the moment, Egoist couldn't get a challenge. Redwater, clutch play in the finale of game number 1. And our first Cyclone Cup match may see our first Cyclone Cup overtime. Axtron, Ardynx trying to put it in. Javi overcommitted there, but Redwater couldn't score. And yes, we do see golden goal here in game 1. Oh, but it may end quickly. Kona stopped by Javi on the goal line. Axtron quickly looking for another solo effort. It was what got Redwater that tying goal in the final seconds. A lot of it came down to Egoist's poor rotation. This team does have that tendency to be kind of sucked into spots where they are all on one side of the field. Oh, but Redwater doing it themselves there as a double commit. Javi will return to the play, and Egoist now on the counter. Can't get past the midfield though. And again, they'll have to slow it down a little bit. Av, that pinch going haywire to the corner. Redwater. We're going to go downfield, but Temp will deny. Ardynx, Axtron, following it up. Redwater expeditiously through the midfield. And Egoist, a little bit patient there, but a shot never would come. And while Redwater will still have the ball, as they have for the vast majority of this game, what they've been able to do with it has been limited by the Egoist back line. And Egoist Hail is one of the teams that could compete with Pirates on a Bot. And if you don't know what Pirates on a Bot is, well, you'll get to learn soon enough. It's Nightja, Lev, and Pigeon, a roster that seems to win every single weekly that there is known. Frost and Stride, they win it all. They're the team to beat right now this season. They didn't lose last season, taking the championship. Egoist, again, has mentioned that they are one of the teams that can take it. We've seen so many of the analysts in the RLSS scene mention that they're one of the teams that can take down Pirates on a Bot. Redwater right now, giving them a real tough battle in their first match of the RLSS Season 6. This overtime continues. Egoist finally down the field, but they don't have any boost, and Redwater again holding the ball, and as long as they keep the ball, they're going to get chances. The Egoist defense can only do so much. They have to get downfield, and they really do want to get downfield soon, preventing Redwater from having all that much to say, because all it takes is one challenge from Redwater and a goal, and the game can be theirs, and maybe that's it. Dinks to the back wall. Avs whiffed on it. Axtron couldn't score as Hobby got in the way. The ex-Rick Rollers star keeping Egoist together. Av. Oh, what a touch. He'll find the corner. Axtron waiting. Ardinks able to surpass Hobby. Egoist again having to play a bit cautiously here. Redwater again playing with such aggression right now. Egoist sitting so far back. Just needs their chance. Oh, it's a whiff. Hobby will take game one for the Egoist as 2 minutes 48 seconds gone by, and it's a boost pickup that puts Kona out of position. Egoist will start in the lead as an overtime victory will be theirs to take. Saw immediately the players asking for a lobby reset. Obviously, we give in to those questions, but maybe I think maybe that lag had something to do with it. As these teams right back into the action here as we move into game number 2. Egoist doing what people expected out of them, and that is, starting this series off in their favor, but it was not the way people thought it would be. It was a tough match, and over time, Redwater has brought their full strength right now. Move onward in this series. We move into game number 2, so we got our lobby reset. Gotta check, make sure. I think ping's good. Yeah, it looks good to me. We got our lobby reset. Eagles still have that 1 game advantage, but extra break there. Redwater can use that time to try to call in a different play. Really, I don't think we're gonna see much difference though, because all it takes for Redwater is just to be a little bit more consistent, a little bit better, and they'll be taking these games instead. And they're the ones holding offense right now, so it's not like they're doing things wrong, but they are still losing as Hobby on the counterattack, and that seems to be where Egoist is at their strength. Watching Redwater overcommit, push up too high, that's when they're at their best, and that's when they attack. Even last game, their goals really never came until Redwater pushed up a bit too far on offense. And Egoist taking note of it. As Av, no boost, he's still looking for that shot, but will be Kona off the back wall. Temp, flip reset. It's Kona who will take it there anyways. And Javi who will look for more offense. Av already jumping in, and Egoist off the corner. Temp's up first, but Axtron, great mid-air play there. He adapts, he changes his car angle, noticing he won't get there first. Some midfield awareness there to change, to make adjustments. It's Redwater, who have kept it close for now, but a double commit. Axtron on no boost, but one-on-one anyways, has the 50. But Temp won't challenge him, and the ball will go to his front bumper. Kona, Temp, once again. Kona back on the offense here as Redwater looking to push up heavy. But they can't break through just yet as Javi finds Av, Egoist, finding offense but not able to find each other. Oh, what a dunk there. Dinks, double tap potential. Oh, to Kona. Oh, it's off the post. A great play from Ardinks. He did not go left shot, did not play selfishly. Found Kona, knew he had a much better angle on it. And yet somehow Egoist tracked that play down. And it is still a 1-goal lead. Dinks, though, will stop that from being that way. That's the goal that Redwater needed. And we're back at a tie game as Avs touch. Trying to set up Javi, but it was just a bit too high, a bit too fast. Ardinks up faster. Still Dinks. And it feels like he really is that life force of Redwater right now. In, wanting to prove something. But Axtron will demo it away here, and Eagles will still have the ball, although the demo attempt there from Ardinks will slow them down. Temp still has it, though. One to Beast. Flip reset. Oh, Axtron wasn't ready. And it will be another for Egoist as Temp, with some quick thinking, gets over Kona as well. Axtron had 70 boost, but even he didn't expect the fake on that flip reset. It's Egoist again in the lead, staying one step ahead. Redwater back the other way. Axtron has Kona up ahead, but his pass a bit wide, and Huffy will be there to respond. Egoist keep themselves close as Temp. And for another ground double tap, we saw one last game for Redwater. That, again, sent us a long overtime. Egoist trying their own. Nothing too crazy from these teams. Mostly looking to play as consistently as they can do. As another fake from Egoist. This one will also work. Javi up. He'll go. Flip reset from Javi. Has the control, but we'll have a challenge that will deny him of his chance. And Redwater will see another play made. Armstrong. Dinks. Javi. Keeping him away, and he'll get another 50-50 win. Egoist. Again, they have not had great success keeping offense, but they have had success and allowing themselves to get to it in the first place. And that's what makes their offense so fast. It's always about fast breaks, quick chances, and catching Redwater without enough people back. But Redwater, much more sustained, and well, they will make sure this one goes in. Axtron. And what really makes this play is not the shot from Axtron, but the bumps in the backfield from Dinks. Gets rid of Avu. Almost certainly would have saved it had he not been removed from the field. Means that for Redwater, once again, putting the question in front of Egoist. Egoist has not been able to take a multi-goal lead as Dinks. Oh, you really think he would have had that one, but Egoist the other way. Redirect, not connected. Axtron will block, but Temp, this chance, just away from the net. And a touch from a Redwater defender. He'll keep it away as Dinks. Great recovery, goes for goal! Av will return. And it is Egoist with another block. Now we'll go again. Temp. Solo effort on his mind. Oh, Axtron's tripped on it. But it will be Egoist. We'll have to see the ball sent the other way. Every chance they get, quickly answered by a Redwater clear. And usually, with sustained pressure and challenges after that. But Egoist quickly to go again. Temp off the crossbar. Javi. Oh, he needed to shoot that one there. Av rushing back as Temp trying to slow this play down. Javi nearly playing it into Axtron as well. But it will be Egoist. Looking for more chances. Av. Great second touch trying to set up Temp, but Axtron waiting for it. Final seconds of game 2. Redwater's done well here before. That was a tie. Can they win? Temp. Another keep away as Axtron to the back wall, and that will see the ground. We go to overtime for the second straight game. Last one was about 2.5 minutes long. Does this one have even more in it? Egoist hoping to end it quickly, though, as Av. A little bit of creativity off that ceiling. Egoist were not all that creative, though, and Redwater did see them, but Still Redwater struggling back here. Dinks. Touches his abs challenge will go away. Couple bumps here. I mean, Egoist will be able to set up another chance upfield, but Temp's gone the wrong direction. Oh, an abs touch! It's open! Oh, this was a lot quicker than the last one. But it's still Egoist winning just the same, 3-2. As Kona, oh, he went for the boost, got a little bit greedy. And it's Temp will finish it off. Egoist now on triple match points. And again, the team that's expected to be able to compete with Pirates on a bot, proving that Redwater will not compete with them. At least not for now. Another close game, but it ends just the same in the scoreline. This time, while Redwater had a lot of the field possession, they did not have the shots. 12-7 in favor of Egoist. Again, what they do with the offense is they attack so quickly. They want teams to be awkward. They don't want the teams to be fully back. They don't really want to hold offense either. Just looking for quick plays, upfield, quick shots, quick actions. And while they are not very good at getting second options, second shots, that first one often can be good enough here for Egoist to take games. Hope to take this one too, just the same, but with Redwater, with what we've seen already, it feels like it's unlikely for them to be swept in this matchup. Egoist has definitely played well enough that a sweep is possible, but with both games having ended in overtime, I feel like Redwater really is due for them to take a game here. But they have overcommitted. Egoist, here's their shot. It will be Temp, but relatively routine there for Dinks. Still a half trying to push up ahead. Again, Egoist, as stated already, the offense is quick. Quick on, quick off, and they'll go again from the backfield. Temp, the dribble, one more. Oh, it's a great block from Dinks. Kona will prevent a second effort, but Javi's still there for Egoist. Kona, full boost, has the dribble and Dinks to his side, and Dinks up for it. Oh, he had that second shot, second chance potential on that second touch, but he was not able to get to it. Egoist will, I think, be a little thankful because that's still their shot that Dinks can hit. Egoist quickly back again on that retreat, but once again, Redwater overcommitting. 1-on-1 now. The flick from Javi! Oh, it's just wide. We've seen him do it before. Where he gets on those dribbles, those 1v1 plays. Javi usually does so well at those. And you can see why. His flicks are lethal. But that one, just a little wide. And Redwater breathing a sigh of relief. As Egoist still have not been able to come up with a shot, even with the far better chances. Now they go again. Axtron, I don't think he even noticed there was a potential bump behind him. But he won't need to worry about it, as he'll still get the save. Dinks, great on one, but not past two. And Egoist trying to clear, but it's an overcommit, and that one's in for Kona. A bad attempt to the pass, and Redwater were all over it. Temp. I have to think he was looking for Javi there. If he was looking for Av, he's hitting it far too far ahead. If he's looking for Javi, he hasn't hit it towards the midfield. Whatever it is, it's gone straight to Redwater. And Kona will take every goal he can get. These games have not been pretty for Redwater. Zaxtron looking for another. That bounce, definitely a little helpful, but Av on the end of it. Javi will look upfield as Dinks. What I thought she was looking for. Av gonna drop down, but he'll be saved away as Javi. Axtron. Temp. With the 50-50. And Redwater will look to push upfield. Kona on Javi. Was looking for that back post, but Javi is one skill not only on the offense, it's on the defense too. He cuts down that angle. Really does force him to go for that back post, which is a whole lot tougher to get to. And now he's got a 2v1. Temp, look at the bump out. Dinks can't get it, but this one going. Oh, it's an own goal. Axtron pushed too far back. And so often, you know, these players tell you not to go straight into your back, into your net. Axtron realizing why you shouldn't. Javi didn't get his flick off. And Axtron, oh, it's an unfortunate touch, but it's going to be Egoist who will be on the board with it. Redwater trying to go the other way. At this point, again, this game, this series really on edge. Goes on his passing field, and it's another own goal. This time it's Tempest put it in his own net. Well, this one might be a little less inexcusable for Temp as Javi. He was there for it. Surprised that he didn't call off Temp on that play. Because he had that touch. Even with Redwater waiting in front of that net. More communication from Egoist will. Down to another goal against them and a second own goal this game as now Av. Off the kickoff. Axtron will be waiting for it. Again, Redwater, as I said, it was unlikely for this team to get swept. Feels like this is the game for them to win. As Javi, flip reset though, the bump comes through. All the players of Redwater committing to it. Now Temp again. Axtron, no boost left. We'll leave this one as Av. Up is Temp. Drop down to Javi. It's saved by Dinks, but nobody back. Av in the midfield. Kona back in time. And Redwater waiting patiently, but the wait won't help them. Javi sees the goal. And the goal will be his. As Av. What a great slow play there. A little extra touch to flip it to the back wall. He knows Redwater doesn't have the boost. All he has to do is just keep that ball above them, and they won't have the challenge either. It's Egoist to again proving their worth in this series. Here we see a third straight overtime. Feels like this series really is all overtimes, at least. We've seen it already in our only 2 games that we've seen before. Egoist has done well in those overtimes. Their counterattack playstyle really does put Redwater on edge. Whereas you can take maybe a little bit more risk if you're Redwater in regulation. You can't do that in overtime, because if you make that mistake, that could be the last mistake of your series. Goes away from Javi. Dinks should put this one in. Oh, but Temp will be there. Redwater going again. Axtron, the jump ball. And Axtron has free range. There's another for Redwater. The lead is theirs again. Always one step ahead is Redwater. They're continuing. They just get closer and closer to that net where they can put those in. 40 seconds remain. The Egoist has to pull out something quite incredible here in these final seconds. Not seen these teams be all that good at getting goals quickly. But if there's anyone to do it, it would be Egoist. Again, we'll require them to really throw everybody upfield. No easy feats here for this Egoist side, who, again, have been majority defensive in this matchup. At this point, they've got to send people up as Temp. That's that challenge over our Dinks. Av had to go backtrack a little bit, but he has the dribble. Axtron on top of it all the way. Temp now to the corner. Axtron won't have it. Dinks won't either. Oh, but he does get a piece of it. And Egoist now needs to keep this ball alive, but they can't do so. It's Redwater with game 3, looking to make the reverse sweep. With them having that first goal, what the Egoist has done in the last couple games, that was the difference maker. We see this really affect teams in the lower divisions, in the Riptide Cup specifically, where that first goal really makes that difference. Seeing that it still has that effect, even in the highest division of the Cyclone Cup. As we move into game number 4. Redwater has brought a game back. But it's Egoist who, again, looks to take this series down quickly. Again, being a team that has stated that they can compete with Pirates on a bot, that they can be the best team here. Would not be a good start for them if this week 1 match ends poorly for them. As Axtron, Dinks, not really the touch he was looking for, and it'll be Redwater who will give this one away. Egoist, again, relying a lot more on that ground game as the series has progressed. That aerial battle has been one where Redwater's again held the offense because of it. Egoist trying to change things around. They know they got Javi, they know they have Temp, they know that Av, they know all 3 of these players can definitely do it on the ground too. Definitely won that way. But it's still no less easier for them here. And it will continue to be difficult, especially with like that. Our Dinks will find that one as a mistake from Av on the back wall, and that's really going to cost Egoist here, because that's what Av should be getting. A mistake, and it's Redwater. We'll make sure that Av remembers that he made that whiff. At the goal in the back of his net. Now off the kickoff. Great fake from Kona, though. Av still challenging, though, and he may actually be able to score on this. But the rest of the defenders come back for Redwater. And this will be an offensive play that will for now be shut down, but Kona not on it. Dinks got bumped in the back. Egoist have actually kept this offense going. They'll look for another play in the midfield. Axtron will stop. Avi. Veered back by Kona and Redwater. Now that they've had that first goal. Seems to be a good luck for these teams when they score first. Redwater doing it again as really all they need to do at this point is play consistently, play their style. Egoist overall don't have the best offense out there, but oh, it's an own goal. Axtron. Well, he may have helped out the Egoist pressure. As I've said, their offense has not been great at doing that, but well, it does help when Axtron kind of puts it in for you. That's going to hurt for Redwater. Another own goal this series. And Egoist will say thank you very much. As Av finds Temp, back to Av, but thought Ardinks had that one, was looking for the dunk instead. And Egoist will search again, and actually Temp's got this one beat. Kona with just enough on it, but again, boost is low. Axtron, the only one with a good amount of boost. Now Dinks will pick up the corner. He's going to go for that corner pinch too. He actually has Temp beat on it. But a demo on Redwater will leave them out of the play. And Egoist again trying to situate people up, but another whiff! Oh, this one from Javi! And Egoist are shooting themselves in the foot right now. That's another whiff and another goal because of it. Javi. Oh dear, it was Av with the first one off the back wall. Javi now missing the interception on that infield pass, and my goodness, Egoist are making their life difficult. Both goals from Redwater so far have been off of mistakes from Egoist. It's been Dinks, who again has been the relatively aggressive player for this Redwater side, who's had no issue scoring it as, oh my! Av finds the power! Egoist! An incredible strike from an unpredictable reach. It's Av from midfield. And a bullet through the Redwater defense. This game tied up. Redwater. Trying to get that double tap. Temp won't miss that back wall touch. He will miss this one. Avi, though, does get the touch himself. Probably called in by Temp, since Temp wasn't very confident looking, even going for that play. As Javi now, great dunk from Dinks. Axtron should be able to. Temp got bumped, but he still got on the end of it. And this game staying even with a miraculous save, but Dinks flip reset, sends it to the midfield. And to get on top of Temp. Egoist will find another way upfield. Demo. Axtron. Asked to contend with Javi, now Temp. Axtron still on the end of it. Dinks comes through, he'll have that mid boost as well. Av. Kona. Av still challenging, but Javi not set up. He will be there to pre-jump on that block, but Egoists were not ready there. Now they are. Av to the back wall. Av still over Kona, but not under the bar. And no follow-up shot will come. Now it's Redwater. They go. Going. Av keeps it away. Axtron. Is it on? It's not. Kona can't score. Dinks jumping. And it will be his. A hat trick for Ardinks. And Redwater, with a third, the lead again advances by 1. And it's Redwater. Every single time they need to play clutch, it's Dinks who does it. Temp. Straight to the midfield. Axtron will be there, but bumped in the midfield. Kona can't challenge this. Av leaving it as Temp calls him off. Dinks already reaching for it. Redwater. Again, it's all about wasting time. They did so well last game, but this game a little different. As Temp stays on the ball, he never gave up on that play. Just great tenacity as he finds the dunk and Av finds the bump. And it's Egoist again who will not give up here. Every game has been decided by a single goal. This one might go the very same way as Temp. They didn't have the boost to shoot, but already up is Javi. Dinks. Musty flick. That's on! But Javi will be waiting for it. And Redwater. And I'm out of my seat at this point, seeing what these teams are playing and what they're doing. Game 1 may have been more of a warm-up game, but these teams playing at full strength now, and this has been an incredible matchup so far. Dinks does have players in the midfield, but Temp went in his own net, avoided the bump with it, and he'll get the block for his efforts. Egoist, at this point, playing for OT. They may have one more chance. Temp at 0 seconds. The bounce won't favor him. And we do go to OT. Egoist won games 1 and 2 in overtime. This is an overtime matchup that Egoist can take. Avi waiting on the other side, but Temp will be the one to look for it. Infield pass. Avi up to drop it. Whiffed on. Av to end it. It's in. Egoist take the series. Right off the kickoff, Egoist went all upfield. And it's Av with the finishing blow, but a full team play. Egoist take the match in Game 4. Three games to 1. What an exciting start to the Cyclone Cup on this stream. And it won't be our last either. I know we're going to get a couple Cyclone matches this season because they are so exciting at times. This one definitely had its excitement. A Game 4 victory here for Egoist. And again, they are proving that they are one of the top teams here, and good sign for them. And as I mentioned, this team confident that they can take on Pirates and a Bot. That's their matchup in week 2. Not a very easy matchup to say the very least, but Potter already proving that they themselves have a very good offense. We'll see if maybe Egoist wants an interview, but as we kind of chat with them about who's going to come in, take a look at our schedule. Again, later tonight we'll have Midwest Mafia Black taking on Degree Esports Black, and then Evo Astro Golden Esports Oblivion. After that, good matchups. That Midwest Mafia match is going to be quite high level. Again, that's another team that is currently playing in our Cyclone Cup, although that is obviously a Blackline Master Series competition. Again, a 3-1 victory. Egoist, again, even with them having so much pressure against them, really struck me there was that counterattack ability. Their defense was electric. And that's the kind of play they need to bring here in this matchup. And we'll see if they want an interview here on the side of Egoist. Really, these teams like to join in for these things, at least for a short amount of time, but we'll see if they want to. It does mean that their season's going to start 1-0. Incredible match all around. Again, later tonight, that Midwest Mafia match, then obviously we'll go back to RLSS here. Again, the Rockley Sponsors. I forgot to mention as well our sponsors. RLSS, GamersOn.tv, Invispa Entertainment, Latin 7 Gaming, A Scarf Gang, Person Reselling, Claim to Fame Entertainment. Thank you all. Thank you to our sponsors here for Season 6. Again, we'll be seeing so many good matches in the future. As joining us here is Av and Temp. Welcome in, Av and Temp. A 3-1 victory. Oh, Javi's here too. We got the whole team joining us for this. I love this. Yeah. A 3-1 victory over Redwater. Av, I know you came in with a lot of confidence taking on Redwater. That confidence was definitely not misplaced. A great performance, but so many overtimes. Did you guys ever feel the pressure?
No, not really, to be honest. Like, it was very interesting on how they were playing. So it was kind of like hard to get used to. And It's like the first time we've teamed, like me, Avi, and Zabby. So it was kind of like us trying to get used to our rotations and how we're playing together. So you'll see like a lot of mishaps from us happen, and I think that's the only reason it even went to OT. You probably shouldn't have lost that game. It should have been a 3-0 sweep. But I think once we play more together and get some scrims going, I feel like these teams will be a lot easier to beat.
And a lot of people as well. I know for you, Javi, being a very experienced player here, you've been here even back in season 3 when it was the Tsunami Cup. You came into the Cyclone Cup on the Vic Rollers, a performance that had a rough regular season, but a very good final bracket. Now that you have a good regular season, things should be going up for you. What is it like not being on the Vic Rollers anymore? Because that was kind of the team that you represented for such a long time.
Yeah, so actually the Rick Rollers, they're just some of my friends from college. I've met them like in person a bunch of times. They just asked if I could sub in case they ever needed somebody. It was always fun supporting them, playing with their squad, but I think it's nice to be on a team with other players that are a little bit more experienced nowadays and like more consistent with RLCS. It's really awesome to be able to play with people at this level.
Yeah, and I think another aspect of the series that kind of made things awkward for you all was the fact that Ardynx was playing and you didn't even know that he was on that roster. He was added on actually before the season started. They just forgot to add him because they forgot to update things on the side of Redwater. But seeing Ardynx in, he obviously came in and really wanted to make a statement. Av, you and the team, I guess, kind of adapting to Ardynx and his kind of exceptionally aggressive playstyle. What was it like for you guys? Because I'm sure it was not what you were expecting, or were you not even expecting anything at all?
To be honest, like it didn't even feel really aggressive. It felt like a bit ball chasey a little bit. Like it didn't feel like a normal threes game. But how they were playing was just dive for everything. It really was throwing me off. Like I'm used to playing against, in like all the tourneys that happen. I'm used to playing against people that are trying to play threes rotation. It just felt like they were playing the if we just go, eventually we'll score, which isn't really a smart way to play, but it is a strat. But it was a bit hard to get used to at first.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's only going to get tougher. You got Pirates on a Bot next week, a team that has not lost since their debut in the Cyclone Cup last season. Temp, what are you guys going to do to prepare for this matchup against Pirates on a Bot? Because that match, you guys could potentially make history. You could potentially be the first team to take them down.
Yeah, the next game is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be a rough team. We played against Nightya's team a couple of times. They beat us every time. They are a very, very tough team to beat. I mean, he is rank X. He does deserve his title. But I'm pretty sure as long as we focus up, we play a bit more, we start ironing out, our rotations, our touches. I think we'll be able to put a good competition against them.
Love to see that there again. Thank you all so much for joining this interview. I know for you guys coming in, for this match against Redwater, a lot of questions, but I think you guys have answered a lot of them. You get to play against Pirates on a Bot next week, which will, again, as you mentioned, Nightshade is rostered the team that won last season. So good luck in that matchup. But before we go, we got to get some shoutouts. I know Javi's done this before, but we got it. We'll go down the line here. Let's start with Javi, actually. Any shoutouts you have? Any last words you want to say?
Nah, just that we're gonna come out swinging next week, and if any team's gonna take down Nightya's team, it's gonna be us.
Let's see that now. We'll move on to Temp. Is there anything you want to say, Temp?
Uh, all I'm gonna say is I think these guys are pretty much freelo. Nightya is the only team that I could feel like a struggle against. Every other team, it just feels like I'm playing ranked. It's just another easy dub for me.
Well, I love that. The Temp coming with the confidence. It's not only Av who has it. Well, Av, does Av want to put in any more confidence? I know, Temp, you've been answering a lot for Av. Is Av here in the first place, or?
He's been talking to his family members. He wasn't really
Oh, he
calming
isn't here.
during that.
Oh,
Yeah, so
oh,
he's listening.
you guys. All right then, that is some BM against Redwater. Accidentally unlocked some BM here. So yeah, no wonder. I was like, Temp's answering questions. Is Av just like not here? Is he in the same room as Temp? What's happening here?
He's shy.
I don't blame him. There's a lot of people who are. Well, again, shout outs to Av as well, who got to join in and listen to all this. But again, thank you so much for joining Av, Temp, and Avi. Congratulations on your win. Good luck in Inspires on a Bot. With any luck, that will also be on this stream. But until then, have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you soon.
All right, thank you.
That was Av, Temp, Avi joining us in the 3-1 victory over Redwater. Again, our first of what will be 3 matches tonight. We have a lot more coming up. One last look at our schedule as I'll look for a raid. And Midwest Mafia Black taking on Degree Sports Black. And then Evo Astro Culinary Sports Oblivion. After that, get to see a lot of that here for these teams. But again, let's get a raid going. Who is online that raid? Go raid here. Thank you all so much for joining the Sportiest stream here, everybody. Live again very soon. Midwest Mafia Black, Degree Esports Black, as well as obviously later tonight with Golden Eye Sports Oblivion, Evo, Astro. But for now, have a great day. We'll see you in just a few hours.
I'll leave.